Carpe diem is an aphorism usually translated "seize the day," taken from a poem written in the Odes in 23 BC by the Latin poet Horace, Book 1, number 11. Translation: Carpe is the second-person singular present active imperative of carpe, pick or pluck, used by Ovid to mean enjoy, seize, use, make use of. Diem is the accusative case of the noun dies, that means day. A more literal translation of carpe diem would thus be enjoy the day, or pluck the day, as it is ripe that is to enjoy the moment. However, in its modern-day usage, the diem usually gets abstracted as opportunity. History, source, original usage from Odes 1.11, in Latin and English, carpe diem concept. Perhaps the first written expression of the concept is the advice given by Sidorite to Gilgamesh, telling him to forego his mourning and embrace life. Although some scholars see it as simply urging Gilgamesh to abandon his mourning, reversing the liminal rituals of mourning and returning to the normal and normative behaviors of Mesopotamian society. Meaning: in Horace, the phrase is part of the longer carpe diem quam minimum credula postero, which can be translated as seize the day, put very little trust in tomorrow. The Ode says that the future is unforeseen and that one should not leave to chance future happenings, but rather one should do all one can today to make one's future better. This phrase is usually understood against Horace's Epicurean background. It is important to note that the carpe diem phrase is often misinterpreted and misused in contemporary popular culture, to justify reckless behavior. However, the meaning of carpe diem is not to ignore the future, but rather not to trust that everything is going to fall into place for you and taking action for the future today. Related expressions: Hebrew, the phrase AK unregistered trademark, unregistered trademark, and if not now, then when. Carpe diem seize the day / a unregistered trademark. Other Latin. Collage, Virgo, Roses. Appears at the end of the poem De Rosis Nascentibus attributed to Ausonius or Virgil. It encourages youth to enjoy life before it is too late. Compare gather ye rosebuds while ye may from to the virgins, to make much of time. Nuncast by Bendam from the Odes of Horace, Nuncast by Bendam, Nunc pede libero pulsanda tellus. De brevitate vitae, often referred to as Gaudeamus igitur, is a popular academic commercium song, on taking joy in student life, with the knowledge that one will someday die. It is medieval Latin, dating to 1287. Horace himself parodies the phrase in his satire The Town Mouse and the Country Mouse. He uses the phrase carpe diem, meaning seize the road, to compare the two different attitudes to life of the person living in a city and in the countryside. Related but distinct is the expression Memento Mori, which carries some of the same connotation as carpe diem. For Horace, mindfulness of our own mortality is key in making us realize the importance of the moment. Remember that you are mortal, so seize the day. Over time the phrase Memento Mori also came to be associated with penitence, as suggested in many vanitas paintings. Today many listeners will take the two phrases as representing almost opposite approaches, with carpe diem urging us to savor life and Memento Mori urging us to resist its allure. This is not the original sense of the Memento Mori phrase as used by Horace. Similarly, Ub sunt euro, where are they, now? Euro invokes transience and meditation on death, but is not an exhortation to action. See also, Tempus Fugit, YOLO, references. External links, media related to carpe diem at Wikimedia Commons, the dictionary definition of carpe diem at Wiktionary, Carpe Diem Artist Community, Carpe Diem International Education website.